Shalom. Call halal YAHAWASHI, BaHaSHam QADASH. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors to the elder bishop. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. And to the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird among the heathens that look like the heathens. And to the YAHAWAH that are listening and learning, to you I say shalom. This is your brother MALCHAAMAH coming at you with a quick lesson. This will be a two-part lesson. And it's from a video that I did about 4 years ago. It says the word prophet is no prophet, but a hated Edomite. Okay, so I had three scoffers or people, the Stella Miller, who actually seems sincere in her ignorance. This guy, Sean Tittle, who also seems sincere in his ignorance. And then you have this guy, Rabbi, who, you know, is just is a clown. That's exactly what it is, because all they're doing is regurgitating the same hateful Renaissance Christianity, which preaches love but never showed any love to any of the nations that wasn't pale. That's just facts. Because with Christianity they enslave and occupied lands. Australia, India. They enslaved the natives of the America, who are the part of the lost tribes of Israel. They enslaved the so-called Negroes out of West Africa, who are Israelites that were refugees in West Africa and not Africans at all. And then they built science and history and lies all around that, and they use Renaissance, Christianism to do so. But I'm gonna go into this one scripture and then break it down that the rabbi put up, and then I will address Stella and Sean in the following video. But the rabbi put up Galatians 3:28, all right, and said this scripture destroys your folly, all right, and it reads, there is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither bond nor free, there is neither male or female, for ye are all are one in YAHAWASHI HaMashiach, and in the HaMashiach YAHAWASHI, the Lord, who they ignorantly call Christ and Jesus. You got to remember, Christ is a Greek term. The Lord was a Hebrew. All right. As a matter of fact, let's prove that, because what they try to do is they try to take ethnicity out of it. It's almost like trying to promise, It's funny how these Edomites and these heathens, they could pick up a Star Wars novel and break down, Luke and Leia's lineage all the way back through Darth Vader, and and so, and who is this, is who is that. But then when it comes to the lineage of the Force through that family, it's got to be through that family and through the son who ended up killing his father and all this other mess. But when it comes to the Bible, they try to take the lineage or the heritage of the Israelites and then make it universal with everyone. And even in the scholars in the Zondervan's Dictionary Bible and other dictionary Bibles completely tell you that universal salvation is a foreign concept to the Bible. The salvation is for Israel, the Israelites, point blank period. When it's talking about neither Greek nor Jew, they're leaving out the historical fact of what happened during the 400-year period after the rule of Antiochus, and how the Israelites became Greeks, And let me get a scripture to back up what I'm saying and get off this rant. Let me just go to the scriptures. All right, because this is Acts, the book of Acts 2 and 5. So you have to understand, when right there, it says, and there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven. And then when you go down to verse 9 through 11, it gives a breakdown and an explanation of all the different lands that they came from. And there was 16 of them in total. All right, 16 of them in total. As a matter of fact, let me read them real quick. It says the Parthians and the Medes and the Elamites and the dwellers of Mesopotamia and Judea and Cappadocia and Pontus and Asia, Phrygia, Pamphylia, Egypt, and parts of Libya about Cyrene, strangers of Rome, Jews and proselytes, Cretes and Arabians, we do hear them speak in our tongues the wonderful works of God. So all the people that were gathered, all the men of Israel were the ones gathered for the Pentecost, and some of them came from Greece. So what would the Israelites from Jerusalem call them? They would call them Greeks. So let's go up to Acts 2 and 21, and it reads, And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Ye men of Israel, hear these words. Jesus of Nazareth, a man approved of God, that's YAHAWASHI, you by the miracles and wonderful works and signs which God did by him in the midst of you, as ye yourselves also know. The Lord was doing miracles in the midst of Israelites. He wasn't doing it for the heathens. All the miracles, all the saving, it was to the Israelites. Point blank, period. They were in the scattered lands that they were from. Now to substantiate that even further, it's like we have to recycle and go through these same, it's ridiculous that these Christians are start trying to use the same old breakdowns, which don't break down at all. They were made up. That was that theology, that Christianism, which really supported white superiority. Like I said, they always talking about love, and Christians never showed any love to any nation that wasn't pale. Hell, before, in the matter of fact, sometimes they were killing each other. But let's go to Acts, I think it's 26:5. That's a good one, but that's not it. Good stuff in here, but that's not what I want. Matter of fact, let me try it this way. I think it is in 26. It was Acts 26. Acts 26:7, it says, so I'm going to start, just to get more of an understanding, I'm going to start at verse 6, Acts 25:6, and it says, and now I stand and I am judged for the hope of the promise made of God unto our fathers. So if it was including the Greeks who were not Israelites, there were no promises made to their fathers. The promises that were made, all right, where you're mistaken at, where these people are mistaken at, the promises that were made to the people who are of the same Father. All right, the people who were given the law, statutes, and commandments. There was no other race of people there with the Israelites when they got given the law, statutes, and commandments, the promises. So Acts 20, the whole book of Acts destroys Christianism, which they're trying to uphold. Okay, but then in the following scripture, it says, unto which the promise of our 12 tribes, proving that what I said about verse 6 was true. I'm going to read it again. And now I stand and I am judged for the hope of the promise made of God unto our fathers, unto which our 12 tribes, instantly serving God day and night, hope to come, for which hope's sake, King Agrippa, I am accused of the Jews. So he was being accused of his own people. And he was talking about our people. Agrippa had nothing to do with it. He was an Edomite. All right. So these Greeks, when he tried to read Galatians, he went to the Israelite foreigners or the Hellenista, all right, if you will. That's what he went to. He went to the Hellenista in Galatia, all right. And you know, it's amazing that I was here for hours and nobody came over here. And now everyone all of a sudden wants to come over here where I am, you know, but that's the spirit, all right. But nevertheless, he was talking to his people, okay? So let me go to some more scriptures in Acts. Let's go to Acts 6:1 or Acts 9:29. How about we go there, okay? And this is all for the rabbi, all right, who isn't a rabbi at all. The scripture says, to call me not rabbi, for there's only one Father, okay? That's what the scriptures say. You're not even supposed to have that title. But this is Acts 9:29, and it says, and he spake boldly in the name of the Lord YAHAWASHI and disputed against the Grecians, but they went about to slay him, all right? So he was speaking against the Grecians. Why? Matter of fact, let's go to Acts 6:1, because the word Grecian there in Acts 9:29 and Acts 6:1 are the same scripture. This is Acts 6:1, the same word. And Acts 6:1 states, it says, and in those days when the number of the disciples were multiplied, there arose a murmuring of the Grecians against the Hebrews, because their widows were neglected in the daily ministration. So, Mr. Rabbi, I suggest you go look this word up, because when you look that word up, you're going to find that word Grecian there is a Hellenist or a Hellenista, which was a Greek-speaking Jews. All right, well, Greeks that made Hebrews that made the Greek their culture, but they were still Hebrews. They were still Israelites by race. So going back to your scripture that you posted in ignorance without understanding, or just trying to push that lie, which has been pushed for 500 something years now, Galatians 3:28, when it reads, "For there is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither bond nor free, there is neither male or female, for ye are all one in Hamashiach Yahawashi." That was talking about Israelites, point blank, period. All right. So this has been part 1. I'll see you in part 2. Shalom.